I've never been in trouble. I've never been arrested. I don't want the rescue to go down. I don't want, like, to go to fucking jail. What if, let's say, I wasn't able to remove it yet? Am I gonna get in trouble?
This is the one that is pretty much dead. And then these two are dead already, decomposed.
Hello.
On August 28th, 2023, officers responded to a call about suspected animal cruelty at a home on the 600 block of Main Street in Evesham Township, New Jersey, where they discovered a 9-year-old boy living among dozens of dead dogs, with live dogs, cats, and rabbits in deplorable conditions. The Evesham Police Department found over 30 dead dogs, some in cages, and 9 malnourished dogs in poor health, with one later euthanized.
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Who lives here?
I do.
You do? Okay. I'm Officer Latigan, East Township Police Department. Just want to let you know you are being recorded.
All right.
So, you know why I'm here?
I do not, actually.
Okay. So, a gentleman came. He got those 2 dogs from you earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, those dogs are not taken care of in any way, all right?
Yeah, that's Lynn. She's the owner of the rescue.
So, how many other dogs do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
8.
Inside the house?
8.
Are they a part of the rescue?
No.
Okay. They're your dogs?
Majority of them are, yes. There's one with another rescue, and there's 2 with another one.
Okay. So obviously, due to the fact that the 2 other dogs that I saw weren't cared for, all right, I'm going to ask you if I can see the other dogs you have to make sure they're in good health, all right? If you refuse to do so, I'm going to get a search warrant, and I'm going to take those dogs if that search warrant gets approved. I don't want to go that route. I don't think it's necessary, but obviously I have to do my job, make sure that those dogs inside are taken care of, right? Are they taken care of?
Yeah.
You see, yeah, and you shook.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, we battled, oh my God, Lynn, what is the name of it?
Parvo. Okay.
We battled Parvo, and there's still a few that are, you know, they still have coccidia, so diarrhea, and you know what I mean? Like, there's...
Listen, I get it. However, I still need to make sure, obviously, see them, make sure that they're all right, and then we can go from there. So, will you allow me? Will you take me inside so I can see the dogs?
I will happily bring them out to you.
Okay. But I'm not going to have you go back in the house, right? So it's either I come in and see them, or I go the search warrant route. You're not allowed back in your house until we find out whether I get that search warrant approved or not, right? And I don't want to go that way. I don't think it's necessary.
I don't understand, like, granted, like, those dogs that the guy Andrew has, right? They were listed under Lynn's rescue. So how does that?
They're in your care. Okay. So the dogs are in your care. You have other dogs in there that are under your care. All right. So the only reason I'm here is to make sure that those dogs are okay. If I deem they're not okay, I'm going to ask if you are willing to turn those dogs over to me. All right. If you refuse to do so, again, I just have to apply for a search warrant, right?
Right.
And that's only if I think that the dogs aren't being taken care of. And even if let's say Parvo ravished these dogs, and it is what it is, it's understandable. As if they look sickly, I'm still going to ask if you are willing to turn those dogs over to me. All right, and then we'll go from there. Now, again, my goal isn't to jam you up. My goal is only to make sure that these dogs are in good health and being taken care of. Right? I can care less about everything else other than the fact that these dogs are taken care of.
Right.
Right. So, and I'm not trying to scare you and do all this stuff, and I'm throwing search warrant out there. And again, I don't care about any of that. My only goal is to see these dogs, make sure they're okay. If they're not, then we'll get them somewhere so they can get taken care of and make sure that they are okay, and then we'll go from there. All right. So, do you live here? It's you and your husband and son? Okay. Anyone else live here? All right. Can you bring me inside to see the dogs? I don't care if your house is a mess, anything like that.
Can I talk to you?
What do you mean?
Privately? Like...
Yeah, we can walk over here and they can hang out here. Yeah.
At this point, the woman trusted only the officer she was speaking to, and wanted to admit that there were deceased dogs in the house. She was hoping that she wouldn't be arrested for it, but didn't specify that there were 30 deceased dogs.
I'll have you, once all this stuff, that's all I care about. That's the immediate what I need to deal with at this moment. If you're willing to do all that, we'll go that route, and then I'll talk to you later tonight, and we'll go from there. Either way, as long as you work with me.
I'm trying to.
I know.
Can you?
So this is what I want.
So I'm asking, like, because I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to be rude.
You don't have to be. No, you're good.
Can you just?
Yeah, do you mind?
Because of the whole, like, I want to be honest with you. I've never been in trouble. I've never been arrested. I don't want the rescue to go down. I don't want, like, to go to fucking jail.
So
There was, I'm just saying, with the whole parvo thing, like, what happens, like...
So the dogs had parvo. I know what parvo is. Like I said, I'm the humane
Right,
officer.
but what if, let's say, I wasn't able to remove it yet?
So one of them's dead in there, and you didn't take it out. Again, we'll cross that path when we get there. If that's the case.
Am I gonna get in trouble?
So you're gonna get in some trouble regardless. Am I taking you away in handcuffs and stuff? No. If you work with me, I'm not trying to embarrass you in front of your neighbors. I'm not trying to do all that. Whatever you want to do to make this process easier is only going to benefit both of us.
Right.
Obviously, right, the dog's in there dead. There's other dogs that are sick. My only goal right now, today, at this moment, is to get those dogs out of here. As long as you are willing to consent to do that, it goes a lot easier. And I get it. You're working for this rescue.
Well, I resigned because a bunch of
right.
shit happened
But
because that guy...
At one point you were, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. If you were in over your head.
I'm just saying because, like, I saw, like, the whole thing with, like, the schmung fucking lady and her shit was all over.
This
and, like,
this is different. That lady had dogs in fridges, and, like, that was a whole different situation. I'll tell you, when I worked for the department before this one, I was in a very similar one to that, where a woman was in over her head, and when I went in the house, there were dogs in freezers and kittens in freezers and like 10 to 15 dead dogs around the room and all that stuff. Is that this type of case, or is it just the one dog, 2 dogs, 3 dogs that are dead? How many do you have dead in there? You don't know? Okay. So
Is my husband gonna get in trouble?
So let's do this, right? Because I know they're in there. Will you consent? Can we get them out of there? Get them to where they need to go? I can make the phone calls and we'll turn them over. The dogs that are alive in this moment is for me to see the dogs, get them transported, get them surrendered, so that there's a chance, you know what I mean, that the dogs that are sick can be brought back to healthy and all that stuff. So I don't care if there is shit flying down from the ceiling. I just want to see them.
Okay, I was gonna say, because this morning what I do when I do their cages in the morning and whatnot, but when they showed up, everything got prolonged, and me and Lynn, we get talking, and then it just gets out of hand. So, like, their cages aren't fucking done. So, like, it's gonna be a fucking wreck.
It's fine. I got dogs. It is more than okay. We'll just look at them real quick, and we'll come right
2
back
minutes?
out. Yeah, that's fine. As long as I see them and we're good to go. You might hear me gagging a little bit, just because you're good stay here.
It's just you, right?
It's just me. I told him to stay here.
You're probably gonna freak my kid out. But I don't drink.
Okay.
That was the one that left. That's the baby shepherd. She's sick. She's been sick.
Okay.
That Philip is here. He's really friendly.
And what about the deceased ones?
There's one there. That's the other shepherd. That's Amelia. Then this is Nico. They're all friendly. They just might bark.
Are these all the deceased ones down here?
These 2 are.
Okay. Okay. How many do we got here?
1 in each.
Okay.
Camellia, Nico. They were. Oh, there was like 2 or 3 in there that got really sick, and then nobody's done anything left. Athena's down there.
Okay.
And then the 2 Maltese are in here.
Okay.
And then there's a Yorkie right there.
Okay. What'll happen is The cats will go to them until the court date, and then you can get, if the courts determine that you're fine to keep the cats, you can get the cats back, right? But for the time being...
And I'm not going to be able to get my personal dog back?
No. So
I mean, because all the rest are technically under different rescues.
Right. So what happens is, if you want whatever dogs you want to, so today you're going to surrender them all.
All.
However, you tell the animal control, because they're in their care, from the beginning you can surrender whatever dog you want completely and say, I don't want anything else to do with this dog. You can also tell them, this dog, this cat is mine. After the court date, I want to get them back. They hold those animals.
They have to?
They hold them until the court date.
They have to, though.
Right, they have
to.
to.
So they can't adopt them out.
The animal shelter. Because it's a police
well,
investigation.
It's either that or you let them go into homes, and then what?
Well, it's an investigation, right? So therefore, until the investigation is summed up, they cannot release those animals, right? So they can't be adopted, they can't do anything. They have to stay there. They have to hold them until
pieces of evidence.
Right. Until the court case is resumed and the courts either say yes, Rebecca can take them, or no, Rebecca cannot take them. Right. But again, all of that stuff has nothing to do with me. That's on the courts.
No, Lynn was just asking about the cats.
We're blocking. Her one cat is on an herbal remedy to prevent him from reblocking.
So all of that stuff is what she would talk to the animal control officer when they get here about, right? So they obviously have to care for the animals. That's why we are taking them there. So if that cat is on some special diet or whatever it may be, as long as Rebecca relays that to the animal control officer, then it all gets taken care of.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I hope.
I know. I worry about
I hope.
Yeah. They'll be, like I said, they can't do anything with them until my court case until this whole thing is resolved, right? So, and it's usually with animal stuff is they don't drag it out. It's quick, right? Because we don't want those animals taking up spaces in the shelter that can go towards other animals.
Right.
So they try and move it as quick as possible.
Random question. The one dog Philip, who is listed under a different rescue, am I able to contact her and
You can do whatever you want when we're gone.
She can't go claim the dog because it's hers, right?
No, because it's part of this investigation. No.
She would have to wait until the court date or whatever.
Right,
okay.
Right.
I was just curious because, like I said, that isn't really it's not my dog.
Right.
He's behind me. Apparently he went to the shop. Like I said, I knew
gotcha.
it, and it's going to be filled with tile, but we're going to see. I want to see how bad it is. Maybe.
I mean, if it's too much, I'll figure something out.
I can't lift anything.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll just see.
I was just seeing if it was an option. If it's not, I'll figure something else out.
We'll just see.
To my shop, because I do, that's what I'm doing. Construction, I lay tile floors.
That's fine. Well, I'll figure something else out.
Well,
I'll figure something else out.
Is it really that bad? You can't do multiple trips?
I mean, whatever. If anything, I could find. Let's get out of the way for this guy. If anything, I could try and find a different something else for the time being, or I'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. It's fine if you got stuff in the back there. Just the shelter doesn't want to take them because of the parvo, or at one point, right? Because it'll affect the rest of them. So we gotta. It's the first time I've ever been told that. So this is all new for us here. So we're trying to figure out what.
Well, that's the thing. Philip doesn't need to be in a cage. Philip can sit in literally anybody's car. He's the happiest dog ever.
We'll figure something out. If worse comes to worse, either way, we'll figure it out. Just might take a little bit of time to figure it out here, because they don't. This is the first time we've ever been told that by the shelter now. So
that's so weird.
It's because of the parvo. So,
which I understand that, and you can't affect the other dogs or animals there. I totally get that.
So we'll figure it out.
There's no option.
I can run back to the shop and take it off.
Can I see how much is in there? Yeah, can I see it?
What make you happy?
Well, because some of them are only puppies, so it's not like they're huge and take up a lot of space. Put Philip in the front seat with you, right? Do they all have to be in cages?
I don't care. No, I don't care how you get them there. I don't.
But somebody's gonna follow them, right?
Yeah. I would be following. Hey, Rebecca. There's just that one bigger dog, right? Yeah, it's the only big one. The rest are relatively smaller, right?
Yeah, they're either younger puppies, like older puppies, or
Yeah, but he's
yeah,
the only.
I think Philip's the biggest.
He's
Yeah.
the only big guy.
Yeah,
Because
Athena.
the hospitals are asking the size of them,
So Philip is probably 55 to 60 pounds.
and the rest are.
Athena, she's probably like yay high, about that long.
Yeah.
But she's one of the ones that actually had parvo. She should be clear of it. So she's underweight
Yeah, they'll
because
figure
of
all
that.
that.
Yeah.
All that stuff out there.
But so she's probably like a medium dog. I would say she's probably like, because she's underweight, because of the, like I said, she actually did get parvo. And she's not vaccinated. She probably is like 30, 40 pounds.
Okay. Yeah. So
All the rest are relatively smaller.
So-
Yeah.
it's just that one big dog in there.
Philip, yeah, he's
Okay.
he's the biggest.
And then the other one we were just talking about. So maybe like 2 bigger ones, and the rest are small.
I would say Philip is the biggest at 55 to 60 pounds.
Okay.
Then Athena, and then all the rest are
In between.
in between puppy and 30 pounds.
Okay. All right. Cool. I just need to tell them so they know where they're going
Yeah.
and figure it out. All right. I'll be back with you in a minute.
Okay. I have a question.
Uh huh.
With the only dog in there that is deemingly mine, and I've had her since she was 6 weeks, like I said, and she unfortunately did battle parvo. I know you said that they have to hold them. But medical-wise, like I said, she was vaccinated twice as a puppy, but she's not spayed. Is there a way to like not have that done, or they just do that automatically? Like, how does that work?
I'm gonna be honest.
I mean,
with you.
I don't care either way. I'm just trying to get
I'm
an
gonna be
idea.
honest. I do not know.
Okay.
But when Marianne gets here, she's the animal control officer. You could ask her. That's her field of expertise. That's all she does is the animal stuff.
Okay.
So once she pulls up in the big van, you can talk to her about whatever you guys got to talk
I
about.
was just curious. So I wasn't sure like how that all worked.
Yeah, I honestly
Because like I said,
yeah.
we're a part of the we were when I worked with the rest of you, part of the state spay and neuter program. So she was supposed to be under them to get spayed for like the $20, which was fine, but they didn't start their new quarter until September, which is the only reason why she's not done.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was just,
When she gets here,
I wasn't sure because the only ones really that like I said, the rest aren't mine. The only dogs that are mine is Athena, the Roddy mix, and my cats.
Yeah. Once she gets here, you can talk to her. She'll let you know everything because I don't know.
Okay.
All
no,
right.
that's fine. Yeah. Thank you.
The detective's here. He's gonna.
The camera guy?
Yeah, the camera guy.
Sorry. It's not funny, but I have to find something.
You could say yes to this 1 minute already is what it is, right?
No, I only didn't tell you because it's my husband's dog.
We're not worried about it.
And she's old, and she's on her last leg. She's old. I mean, like, we're talking like 17 fucking years old. She's old. And the last thing I wanted was for her to go to a shelter and something happened to her and us not be there.
Yeah. Well,
Is there any way, let him at least take her? The rest, I don't care. You can take my dog, you can take my cats, like I said. I only
as long as the
didn't tell
dog
you.
is in good health. Yeah.
Well, she's not. She's on her last leg. She's old.
When I look at it, I'll let you know. We'll see. I mean, either way, we just need to go through with it.
I'm sorry. I worried because I was afraid that she goes to a shelter,
What's your address?
680, that she wasn't going to live that much longer anyway.
I got you. It's all right.
You know, he got.
That's fine. Just the one dog?
Xena, yeah, her name's Xena, and then there's fucking rabbits that somebody fucking dropped off.
Rabbits.
I don't even want them. That's what I mean. The fucking people, they just show up and they're like, "Here, you fucking deal with it." Or didn't tell you. Not that. I guess it was kind of long ago. We left to do something, and we usually have that table for. Like Amazon, if they were dropping off like dog food and stuff like that. I come home and there were guinea pigs on the table. Like no note, no nothing.
Yeah. This is the one that is pretty much dead. I mean, he's alive, but barely.
Yeah, it's okay.
This is the big guy.
Hi, baby.
And then these two are dead already, decomposed.
Hello. Hi, buddy.
Watch out for the bottles of pee. He's back in the corner.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? Huh? Hi, bud. You doing okay? Yeah, you're nice stuff.
Alright, Rebecca, you're not going to like this. I'm going to be straightforward with you. After M&R pulled the dogs out, the prosecutor told us to place you on arrest. Alright?
So how does that work?
What's that?
So how does that work?
So, and again, I'm being super cool.
I know, and I appreciate that.
Like
I was
right now,
from day one, or from the time you came
That's
here.
why we're doing it this way. Usually I would already have you in custody and we would talk about it after, right? I ain't going to place you on arrest.
I'm not going to go anywhere.
I don't believe you are. That's why we're having this conversation, right? Because I feel bad because I didn't think this was going to be the outcome. However, it is. We got to deal with it. So what happens is you get brought back to the station. They interview you.
Here?
Yeah, right here. They interview you. They process you, and then the judge determines whether you'll be released or not be released. I believe what their ultimate goal is to have you get released, but have you have it so when you get released you're not allowed to own animals. But again, I don't know.
Right, and
right.
I said, and given the circumstances and
right.
everybody else put me through,
I had your husband take your son inside so he doesn't see this.
Thank you.
All right, so let's do this. Let's walk over to my car.
Can I finish my cigarette? I'm not going to go anywhere.
Finish it while we walk over to the car.
Oh, all right.
You don't need any of that.
No. I'm just thinking, would I... So it'll be like an overnight thing?
It could be. As it goes on and we know what's happening, we'll let you know. Let's walk over to the car.
Okay.
Right.
All right, can I just place this down?
Yeah.
And is it okay to keep my phone on? This way I have it?
We'll take it.
I know that, but I meant like,
Yeah.
afterwards when all that happens, like...
Let's walk over there.
All right.
Where your son can't see.
Yeah, please.
In case he's looking out a window.
He shouldn't be, but...
We'll go,
He should be inside.
Well, won't you stand right here for right now? Alright, so just face the car.
Yeah.
Then actually grab your phone for me now, so I don't have to.
Can I power it off?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you want to do. And it'll come with us.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I'm gonna cry like a baby, so
okay.
I can have paper towels or something to wipe my face after.
Yeah,
okay.
once we get back, yeah.
Okay.
It's not as scary as you think.
Well,
it is.
no, I've never been in trouble. I just
It's not.
okay.
It's not as scary as you think it is.
Can you tell Brennan one thing?
What's that?
Just because Lynn is waiting for an update, can you just? I promised her if anything happens or this happened, that I would have Brennan
Double lock
text him. Or text her.
Okay.
And just tell him that he's unsure of what's happening, but it was this. If you don't mind, afterwards. Okay.
Okay. And then we could have her sit in the back of the car till E-Bus gets here. She's gonna transport it. She's good, so she'll search and all that. So, step back for me.
I'm gonna make these tighter, alright?
Yeah. My that's my fucked up shoulder, so it's kind of hard to. That way doesn't bother.
It's fine. They're fine.
Just this way?
Back seat's clear.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Ow. Is there a way to sit with them?
So you don't got to buckle her in or nothing. E-Bus is gonna transport her. Yeah. Alright. So, unfortunately, does he have someone he gets there with? Your son?
Yeah, my best friend, which is her cousin right next to her.
Okay. Because they do want me to place you under arrest as well for charges. Yeah.
What? For what?
For animal cruelty towards the animals. Now again, just because you're getting charged with it doesn't mean you're guilty, but at this moment you are going to be placed under arrest, taken back to the station, interview, processed, and then from there either released or not released. Alright, but you can smoke your cigarette, finish that, and then...
How does it, that's what I don't understand. How does this, what is my tie to this? I wasn't with the rescue. I know...
Well, it's the fact you're living in a house with 30 dead dogs.
I understand.
That's what I like, and again, right, I'm not trying to be sarcastic or anything.
No, I know.
You're correct, you're not with it, but that's something that you have to express in court, not with me, right? I don't have a choice in the matter, but either way it's happening, so.
Okay, just let me see if he's home yet, because that's why we're still here. I was just waiting for him to get home. Just let me make
Can he watch until he gets home?
I just want to.
I mean, yeah, make whatever
situation,
phone call.
and then just call my father real quick and just let him know everything.
Well, you can't call him unless he's getting your son. We'll let you call Dad back at the station, but.
Take him in your house. Yeah, going up the cab, buddy.
We'll wait until they get out of.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything, Carlos.
Thanks, Ella.
$139's coming. Yep.
Which way is more comfortable for you, man? Your arm like this or your arm like that?
Probably inward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, don't matter.
We'll walk you over to the car over this way. We're going to wait. Someone else is going to transport you. I'm just going to pull you out of the eyesight of everybody there, and then we'll go from there. Anything on you that's going to poke me, stick me, anything like that?
No, I have a lollipop in my back pocket.
Yeah, no, just like no needles, knives. I know you work with tile and stuff.
You're good.
All right. Have a seat in here. Watch your head.
The 35-year-old woman and 32-year-old man were charged with endangering the welfare of a child and animal cruelty following their arrest and booked into the Burlington County Jail. No bond information was provided as they awaited a detention hearing at the Burlington County Superior Court. Want to watch more videos like this one? Click the one on the screen now.